Peace and blessings. This is Lisa Marie coming to you from the beautiful Head to Tight, Ghana, West Africa. Okay, let's let that ponytail breathe. We got a few of these popping off already. So, your hair, when your hair be popping off, that is not a good sign. Okay, but, pero, oh no, am I speaking Spanish? Because I ain't been learning my tree. I haven't ever learned my tree. I haven't been learning. I haven't been learning. Like, I don't know any new words. Like, I don't know new words, but I know how to say the old words better. Hey, come on now, let's give it up. So I'm wearing this is one of my favorite blouses to wear. You want to see my outfit today? Oh my God! Like I was on Facebook today and I told them that this is like I feel like I'm a hot mess. Like I have no earrings on because guess what? I can't find them. Like I mean, my jewelry's here. I'll be moving in a couple of days, but I'm a hot mess. I mean, okay, I'm not a hot mess, but I have moments of hot messness. So let me show you my outfit that I'm trying it, y'all. I tried it. I just want to show you how much this needs pockets. I'm gonna have her. I'm gonna go see my seamstress today to put some pockets in here. We need pockets, right? Okay, does this match at all? Like I don't really know if this matches. Okay, let me show you the bottom. But I feel like it's in the same family. I feel like it's in the same. Listen, y'all. This is in desperate times. You have to go to desperate measures, and sometimes you have to be a little mismatched. Now I figure that the red and the purple they're really in the same family. Can we stretch? And I put some red shoes on with it, some red sandals. I think I made it happen. But yeah, I'm laughing like no rings. The only thing I gotta have is my necklace. This is my Ajuwa born on Monday. I am Aset, Ajuwa, my Akane. And I have one for everybody. When they ready to open up these borders and I can go to the post office, at least open up Ghana, at least get over the shutdown or the lockdown. Now, I just heard on the radio today that there are no new reported cases in Ghana. Now, that is right this moment. I don't know what that means. I just think Ghana's doing a pretty damn good job. And for me, they're probably going to keep the borders closed to foreigners, which I think that's a smart thing to do at this point. I'm already here, so I ain't going nowhere right now. So yeah, that's the thing. So I'm just hoping, like, I would like the shutdown or the lockdown to be over. At the same time, if that is not safe to do, then I would. I don't. The 2 weeks I could do it. I can do 2 more weeks. I could if I had to. So there's the deal. So the title is Why I'm Loving Ghana Right Now. Let me tell you why I love Ghana. Let me just give you all the reasons. How do I love thee? Let me count the way. First of all, I can wear blouses like this every single day, or at least during this season. I love that the weather is warm. I love that the sun shines. I love that there is community and people. There is happenings. I love that outside your door is a whole world. Like it's a world, but yet the world seems small because it seems like it's family. So I love that. I love that I can go out and there's children playing or goats walking down the street or elders selling stuff or going to, people would be going to work or shops that's open or families communing. Like I absolutely love it. I love it. I love that most folks, we all look the same, which, I haven't seen a two bob in a very, um, uh, I'm trying, it's been a while because at the art center I did see because a lot of them come down there to buy stuff, but I didn't even really see them because they just a little dot, little white dot in a sea of blackness. Okay, so little white dot or pink, whatever, in a sea of blackness. And I'm just saying, like, for a person who was never the majority of her country to come and be the majority of a country, it is very healing, enlightening, spiritually satisfying. It's a feeling of sustenance there. I love the cooperation, the power of the men, the power of the women. I was washing clothes yesterday. I shared it to my group page. I also was making food and I shared that to my group page. And I was pounding some ground nuts, and I don't have that video, but I'm going to share that to my group page as well. If you don't know, I'm doing a 21-day intensive. It's a detox, but it's detoxing all of it. You know how like I do come here and I want to just thank a lot of you. I come here and I do my best to spread the good cheer. And some, just a few people didn't really maybe understand where I was going, but not a lot. But I do that with them. That one of the things we're detoxing is the fear. Ghana is doing, I think, exceptionally well. I think Africa is doing exceptionally well. Unfortunately, some of the African countries, the French ones, yeah, the French speaking countries, a lot of them took the French and they're testing the vaccine on the village people. And I think it's just so heartbreaking that we don't have leaders, but we have rulers in Africa as well. I hope Ghana just, represents and do not do the vaccine. They don't need it. They don't have a lot. They're handling their cases. I think they're doing it really well. What I love too is I think that people really believed and truly believed that the United States was this first world country, meaning more access to healthcare. Which in the states, what does that really mean? I mean, if it's, I mean, blacks never really had great access. So my foreign subscribers or viewers will know, blacks in America, we have always been leery of the medical profession. It's never been fair to us. There's quite a few books on experiments that they did when we were enslaved Africans, when we were in slavery in the States. The Tuskegee the Tuskegee experiment was happening when there was a lot of brothers or a lot of folks having syphilis, and they told them that they were actually vaccinating them against it, but they was actually giving them the syphilis. So they thought they was getting the vaccine to prevent the syphilis, and they was actually giving it to them. And I think it went on for a good 20 to 40 years, this experiment. There's numerous amounts of experiments, so you can understand how black folks are not getting the best health care. In reality, too, I mean, black folks in America, we have high cases of high blood pressure, which is hypertension, diabetes, asthma, and other things. So the underlying things, I think that there is a time we have to we are talking about health, but it seems like the ones that are healthy are talking about health, and the one or at least listening, and the ones that are not are not. So I mean, we got to do better. I think as Black folks in America as well, we have to heed the word that to eat better is. We now see that the Dr. Sabies, the Queen Afua, the Dr. Africas, that they were totally right to say, hey, your diet matters. And your diet strengthens your immune system. If your immune system is not strengthened, here it goes. So I just think too, like we as African Americans, we definitely got to do better when we know better. I mean, how many people told me they would never stop eating meat when I was be like, oh, they'd be like, oh, you're a vegetarian, you're a vegan. I'd be like, yeah. Oh my God, I could never stop eating meat. Like I've heard that in African American communities. Thus, the meat that's produced in the States, the horrible, horrific way it's produced, of course you're gonna have all these health issues. So that when something big comes like this, you're gonna have a hard time fighting it off. I mean, in actuality, it's real simple, right? And I think that it's not too late to start being healthy. It's not too late to start investing in your health. I think it's the most important thing. I think what I saw out of this, which I don't know if a lot of people are really talking about it, is the fact that that we, in a sense, not so much veganism maybe, but like people that was talking about taking your sea moss and fasting and drinking lots of good water and taking herbs. It seems like they were right. It seems like eating less meat and more fruits and vegetables and doing more raw foods. It seems like there's something to that. Not to say that I'm sure anybody that died from coronavirus was all meat eaters or in bad health, but we know that there's underlying things for Black folks. A lot of our underlying conditions are the stuff that I named. So we got to do better. So in that sense, what I love, but let me just say this: food is all it's relative, right? Good, healthy food. The Ghanaians do eat fish and they're healthy. I mean, they eat fufu and they eat what's it's made with cassava, plantains, and other things. They eat yams, which the yams are highly nutritious. The foods here are nutritious. They eat bananas. That's the what they call the burrow ones. That's actually small. I've never seen a big banana here because that's not healthy, right? That Dr. Sabi and all the work that Dr. Sabi talked about, specifically the foods to eat, he was talking about Africa. We know Layla, Africa was clearly researching Africa to talk about the way to live. So they're strong here. They walk, they're in the sun, they work outside. They're not very idle. They're not watching TV. That's a disease. Watching TV for hours with no exercise, that's a disease, right? They're not doing that stuff. So I even look at that even differently here as well. I got very acclimated to the food. I could eat the food. Now the white rice, I'm skeptical on the white rice, but I don't know. I think the rice in general turns to sugar, but I understand. Being a Geechee person, rice is kind of hard to say no to. But I can. I'm not. I don't need to be a big rice eater. I've just been indulging. And let me just make sure, Because a lot of times I be having shea butter up in the air. I don't want that. So I just wanted to say, like, if nothing else, I see that a healthy diet, like the way that I mostly been living, I'm not perfect. Ain't nobody out here is perfect. We get more perfect because this virus, huh? We like, yes, we down it. And I really have not, but I do feel like y'all could research it, y'all could just, whatever, disagree, whatever. The direct sun and the sweating is so good for the body. It's so good for even a fever. A fever really is about the body trying to remove the toxins. Unfortunately, sometimes the body has it's a toxin overload, so it just cannot remove it that fast. Thus, you don't have enough fighting power. So immune system is everything. But again, this is the immune system as well. If we take in bad stuff, we're going to feel bad. I mean, it's kind of simple. It's kind of elementary. And I think for me, that's where I feel like if I'm winning it all, which I'm not sure if I am, that I'm winning because of it here's the strength. Because I'm not doing my spirulina every day. I'm not doing my echinacea every day. I mean, I could do it more, but I do eat lots of fruits, like and vegetables, and I do a lot of raw. But I do cook. But it's the strong, it's the yams, it's the stuff that literally are organically grown here. I don't eat meat. I don't now. Like I said, some things may have been cooked in some fish sauce, but I'm sure on some levels. I mean, I think about don't the Eskimos live off the fish and they never had diseases until they started eating the foods that was brought to them by the Western world. So we don't they live off almost blubber, which is but so we understand that you can acclimate to the food. I don't necessarily think that you need to be raw, although I will be raw mostly when I go live in my own apartment because I just feel like it'd be nice and it'd be to get that fruits and vegetables and just kind of to do because I'm in a class teaching about detox, doing a detox. But I'm not stuck on it. I won't say no to everything. Yesterday, y'all, something else that's so important at this time is exercise. This is what I love about Ghana. You gonna walk, you gonna play with the children, you're gonna get a lot more exercise, and that is really something. I mean, I think they closed the gyms in the states, so it's kind of hard to get exercise, right? Yesterday, because I hit the rice a little, too hard, and so consequently, I had some. I feel like my bowels was moving in the perfect way that they could. I'm not saying I was totally constipated. There was a movement, it just wasn't the best. I ran, literally relay racing with the kids. Oh my God, my bowel movement this morning was like, hello. So hope they not gonna find me yet. But anyway, but that exercise is very important. And I was running in the sun and I felt a lot. I felt like I was lifted and just, I realized exercise is so important. Running, any of that. If you can run in place, jump rope, do hula hooping, do those online classes where, on YouTube where you're exercising. But get that exercise is so important. It's so important. I realize that, whatever that looks like. But family connections, laughing together, loving, communal, the human touch. Oh my God, this is the hardest part of the virus is the distancing, isn't it? It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel normal. And it has to be done. I understand. I mean, if it has to be done, it has to be done. Like I still don't quite understand the whole thing, but that's okay. You can't touch people, fine. I mean, that's not happening here. I mean, we're all in a confined space and we are loving and being together. And it's like we're not, but we're only with each other. So no one here is displaying any so called symptoms. And so I think we're all good. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that love is overruling all of it. The connectiveness and the togetherness. Not saying you should do it, not saying you should disobey, not saying any of that. I am here to give another perspective, and I'm here to give the perspective of love, the perspective of togetherness, the perspective of a higher consciousness, something beyond the body. Metaphysics means beyond the physical. So when you raise to a metaphysical level, you're dealing with life up here. You're dealing with the heavenly body, and that's dope. And when you can get that right, like I still see y'all passing around this stuff. I know I'm supposed to do a detox on Facebook. I'm doing my best. And I just go, why every day? And y'all love, oh my God, it's like, but I understand. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Let me just say, hey, Frank. Frank, you on and you giving me some love. But where's the rest of y'all? Hey, Queen Ajua. Yes, that's your new name. That's right, honey. You can take out the, oh, yeah, Ajua Lisa. I'll take it. That's your new name. Ha ha ha. How are you? I am wonderful and I'm loving my new name. And you know, in the Kemetic belief system, I'm born on Monday, which is the day of our set, and our set is the mother. That's why the kids love me, like Auntie Lisa. Are we going to go for a trip? Auntie Lisa, are we going to go out and play? Oh, yes, we are, because I love them and they keep me young and happy. And I love that. You know, I love that idea of that's what I'm here to do, to spread the love. You know, like I do, I love it here. Like that, I was doing a YouTube on Facebook, and that sun just hit my face, and I just thought, oh my God, this is life. This is life. This is the way it should be. If I could feel this way during a lockdown, just imagine how I was feeling when I first hit. I still say, and I will probably repeat this often, the most amazing part about being in Ghana is that I don't feel like a foreigner, even though clearly I'm not. I wasn't born here. I've been to different countries around the world, and y'all know it. Some all black or mostly black, and I still felt like a foreigner. Didn't matter if they spoke Spanish or English, I still felt like a foreigner. How do I not feel like a foreigner in Ghana? What is something is some this is why I could talk to you from an esoteric and from a multi spiritual level because it's what I feel here. How did that happen? How did I take to Ashanti? How did I take to Tree? How did I take to Akan? How did I take to how did I take to Ajua? It was like Ajua was already me. It was already waiting for me. She was waiting for me to claim her. Ajua was waiting for me to come home so that I could be who I really am. I've never had a feeling like that in my life, not even in my own home country where I felt like I'm not a foreigner. Even though I am, right? Technically, right? I mean, you know, in so called in reality, but no, there's something besides reality. You know, it's everything that the law of attraction talks about. It's this idea of the idea is you could say this is a reality, or you could realize that it's an already happened reality, and that you create your reality of what you want to see. Ghana is that. Ghana is that which has already been created, but it's been waiting for you. They thought it was the door of no return, but they now know we have returned. And it feels really good. And it feels really good in the lockdown. Can you imagine when the lockdown is over how good it's going to feel? You know, I'm not exaggerating. The fact that I can be in high spirits, the fact I'm so easygoing. I am so not anal here. Like, I'm so easygoing. That's the things they say. You, no problem. You are so easygoing. This is how people describe me. I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just I love it for many reasons. I mean, food but it's the subtleties. It's the subtle things. It's the things that you can't almost equate. The things that you can't, you know. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's very very beautiful, and I'm giving thanks for that. Uh, Amanique Starlight, how cute. How we? Oh, thank you. Frank says oppression causes. Yes, it does, brother. Right? It causes sickness, and that is very true. Right. Let's talk about why we got the diabetes. Why? Because think about it. You black in America. You sad. You depressed. You need your barbecue. Your barbecue is your life. And think about it. When you get to barbecue, it's on the holidays that they give you off from the job that you hate. That's why I say, if nothing else, if we could, you know, transmute this energy and take it from this is so horrible, which this is not fun. I'll be the first one to tell you to I create my own reality no matter what. It's like it says, it's easy to meditate in a monastery, right? Or a convent, or let me not say that because that's very European. It's easy to meditate when you're with yourself, when everything is good, when all the circumstances are amazing, when life is, like they said, conditional. So you say, oh, I feel so good because I'm sitting in front of the ocean. Conditional. When you could feel good when the ocean is barren, when you could feel good when the air is stale, You know what I'm saying? When you can feel good when the water's not flowing. When you can feel good taking bucket baths. So just let's go there. When you can feel good being in a room with four others, you have really captured and tapped into something beautiful. Because if you can maintain that feeling long enough, you can transcend yourself out of it. But the worst thing you can do is what a lot of people are doing is continuing to spread the discourse. That's why I come here all the time. Today they said no new cases. I'll give you the numbers of people that got it and how many were cured. The deaths is less than the actual people that was cured. I'm here to give you the good news. They can do it too. It's not that if you tell people that people are surviving or people are fighting it, that you will not take this seriously. The ones that's not taking it seriously ain't taking it seriously. The ones that are. I think that would boost up morale. We need a morale booster. You got to boost the morale. Like I mean, come on, this is you got to learn that. You have to make the people feel like that this is not the end. That doom and gloom, that's such a Eurocentric way of controlling people. Africans don't do that. You know, like I said, I will never forget the sister's book, Sabanfu Some, the sister from Burkina Faso. And she passed, but this is what I heard when she passed, but I never forget we did a workshop with her when I was in this college in San Francisco in California. And when she talked about the idea of when sometimes a lot of Africans who go abroad, they lose their goddamn mind because it's a whole nother way of being. And how when they would some literally say they went crazy, right? And then that same member, let's say it's a brother, he comes back to his community back in, I think it's the Dagara people of Burkina Faso, and they went back into the community, they would remind him of, they would put a circle around him and show him love and be like, I remember when you were the greatest at running, when you was always the smartest at. They would remind him of how amazing he always was, how amazing he is, and just continue to give him love. So they didn't say, you stupid, you crazy, you should have never went over there. Why did you do that? They went to this is such an African concept to be positive. The idea that people used to laugh at Jamaicans and they'd be like, no problem, right? Or no worries or no problem to everything because that's a very African spirit. Because on some level, the African knows that that your cells respond to positivity as opposed to negativity. That as a custom, the Garber people knew to big the person up to bring them back to life. To tell people of death brings death. And I don't know why this is to me it seems to be an easy concept, but it's not for many. Is that not true? Now I see 11 people, so I know it's early, but if you feel like you want to make a comment, I would love to hear your comments. I'm just saying that we know we have to stay up until the point that we transcend ourselves, that we are no longer enslaved. That was the idea of the Negro spirituals and singing of flying, fly away. Some of the songs that the titles of some of the songs. A lot of them were actually cold songs to say today we're going to escape. Wade in the water until the trooper passes by. So we're going to escape from slavery. Fly away. Today we're escaping. But it also was songs that was singing does that for you too. Even though they were lamentations, laments, right, to lament, it seems to be sad. In a sense, that was even taking the sadness and actually strengthening you because they really wasn't sad, even if they was calling that Jesus was going to open the gates, that Jesus was going to save them, it was still something positive about that. The idea of savior is not a bad idea either. But we don't go back to our old. We stay with this man that tells us. I mean, he's the most destructive man on earth. Anywhere he touches is destroyed. From the beginning of time that he came, because from the beginning of time we were here thousands of years before the white man came. But we've lost our minds because our minds are so Eurocentric instead of African. We can channel anybody. We're saddened when Dr. Sabi died. We're sad or passed or transitioned, transcended, or even Layla Africa. But that Layla Africa is in you. What are you going to do to save your people? Where's your heavy intelligent spirit? It don't have to be in the same way. Shut down negativity. Shut it down. People want to call you with it. They want to send you the stuff. If it's too much on the Facebook, or don't watch it. People like to say, you are not, so all you people that's not taking it seriously, here's more devastation. You know what? Some people, it's not that they're not taking it seriously, they're doing something that is very African and very masterful, very law of attraction. If that's the reality, it doesn't have to be mine. So therefore, I won't see it. This is a difference between denial. See, the white man told you the denial word so that you don't know how to use what you see to create what you want, not what you believe is there. It's a whole concept. And I never studied this, but I can feel it coming through me in Africa. And I can feel it coming through me in Ghana. And that whole thing where the heat kills, and then like people in the states like, no, it don't. There's sun in Florida, and last time I see a black person sit up in the sun in any states in the United States is a goddamn cold day in hell. Because we've been taught, Africans, you might not know this, but in the states we are afraid to be darker. It's the worst thing in the world. We call each other all kinds of dark black names. Not all of us, but some of us. So some of us avoid the sun at all costs. The rest of us who do want the sun, we're in the buildings that you're no longer in, but in a sense you are now in the building. Now it's called your house. So we're in these offices and these buildings where we're not getting sun. And Africans actually need more sun, whether you're African in diaspora, and it's African, you're in the continent, you're good. So you got to understand we have to take responsibility for our own ignorance, our own self-hatred, although it was put upon us to believe that everything that wasn't looking like us wasn't beautiful. But that has really hurt us and has hurt our immune system. This stuff is real. That sun, they lying. What? I wonder all them bodies that is now of Afro black folks in the States, what they gonna do with all that melanin? I wonder if they're going to collect it. Melanin is amazing. It's amazing. And when you don't understand it and deny it and put it down, like you need sun, you need lots of it. And yeah, I feel like my third eye literally, I don't know, I felt like my third eye was just like pulsatingly opening. Melatonin, the nighttime, 4 a.m., your melanin is at its highest. This is the truth. It's not no BS. This is real. The community, the closeness, the very thing you don't have right now, but you probably never really had. And I bet you want it, and I know you will have it. Sometimes it takes contrast to create more accurately what we really want and what we really need. Stay up, black people around the world. Stay up. Stay up. That's my little. Yes, that's right. Africa, we have peace. Yes, sir. Yes, brother, you said it. Hello, Lisa. Hey, critical thinking. Yeah, I don't feel like we are that critical thinking. I know you are, but I feel like we're not thinking critical. But it's not even a critical thinking. I mean, yes, I love it. I love your name, so it made me think. It's a spiritual thinking, right? Why I've never seen so many God fearing people fearing God or making the white man has a God complex. Like I mean, the last post did the poem. You should play it. I know it's hard. I know it's so hard. I know it looks bad. I know it looks grim. I know people around you are dying. People you know. I know. But do you want to go now? Or do you want to stay? I just want us to win. And I just think that we are. I think it's not gonna. I feel like I've been here for hundreds of years. I'm tapped into the ancientness of me, of you, and I feel like we've seen this. Even if you was not born for these certain revolutions throughout the world, and maybe we just all been too compliant, too complacent, and the universe is like, rise up, like come on now. I think the youth is going to not have it. I think the elders is going to do their part. I think it's going to be a new world. And I mean, black folks sure need a new world. Black folks sure need to be back on top again. Everybody ain't going. Everybody ain't ready. It's just heartbreaking, isn't it? It's heartbreaking that everybody. I'm talking about even when it was telling about changing their foods and diets. How many black people was like, "Girl, no meat, girl." It's not even I'm against the meat because I keep saying that. I see Africans eat the meat, but I ain't seen no. I don't see no big slight half a goddamn cow leg up on the. I ain't seen that on their plates. A little meat here, a little bit there. So I'm not even. I'm dispelling that. I mean, health is relative depending on where you are. But Black Americans, that we know the meat is bad, but we don't, or we do, but we don't want to hear it. It's time to start saying that to get ready for a new world, we would have to be finer, more in tuned human beings. But the tuning is not just physical, it's mental, it's spiritual. And I'm sweating bullets up in here. And I think that helps a lot too. And that's the thing. I don't feel nothing. I gotta sit under it. Let me go get my fan. It's getting serious. Hold on. Ooh, child. That's what I love about Africa too. I love that I sweat. Like I mean, yes, sometimes it's much, but it ain't too much. I welcome it. When I hear y'all tell my sister be like, "Oh, it's nice today," or my friend will be like, "Oh, it was raining today," or it was like, "Oh, it's cold today." I'll be like, "Oh, stop right there. Oh, that's too much weather fluctuation for me." What's the weather there? Same as yesterday and the day before, hot and sunny and beautiful. It rains and just gets hotter. Today I was thinking too about how Africa reminds me of no place I've ever been. Some might ask, does Africa remind you of the Caribbean? Now, there's a lot of Caribbean things that Africa does, and y'all Caribbean people, y'all probably would be reminded of the Caribbean just because of some people have been sharing things with me that they do in Ghana that you do on your island. But for me, no, Africa is Africa, and that's what's so profound about it. It's Africa. It's nothing like you've ever experienced, not to me. But and I like it. I love it. I love it. That's why we're here today. We talk about what we love about Africa, right? Okay. Let's get a little closer. I was trying to get close to the. Hey, thank you, critical thinking. A poor person in Africa feel happier than rich person in America or Europe. And that's real, Frank. And that's real. And I often heard that before I got here. And I often wonder, like, how, why, how could, that's how I feel. By no means the folks I'm staying with is rich, but God dang it, they live, they eat. There's nobody going hungry. It's the love, it's the sharing, it's the communing. This is natural. I'm telling you, when this lockdown is over, I'm coming to see my family once a week at least just to sit with them. This is I don't never want to live without this again. When I'm telling you, when I moved to North Carolina, remember I moved because I thought, well, I was with my ex, which I don't even remember that man no more. But anyway, that felt like a lifetime ago. And I thought until once I moved and I moved into that townhome with the two bedrooms, I thought my daughter might come back. My daughter she's doing her own thing. I realized, and I would say to yourself, like, no, this not living. Like I said, well, it's 7, 8 o'clock, and I'm putting the shades down because basically, what else is there to do? It's like there's neighbors, but you live in a community that the neighbors don't really interact, and they dang sure don't. It's not gonna be a family feeling. It started really hitting me that this is not how I want to go out with all my nice possessions, all my African so-called stuff, all my heavily decorated home, and I was not. Something was missing. I knew that there was more to life. So now I come here in a humble compound, a humble home with hardly nothing on the walls, right? And we're in a lot of us in small space, and I'm happier than I've ever been before. I walk down dirt roads, not paved roads, and I'm happier than I've ever been before. If you think that is not going to strengthen your immune system, think again. This is a time that shows that we need to really sort out our priorities of what's important. And if we don't know what it feels like to be that loved, then we need to find out because this is heaven. If I spend half my life there, I want to spend the rest of it here. I mean it. I never felt this like usually by I'd be like, oh well, and I feel like the universe is like, I want to not that you not. I don't feel like we're being tested, but the universe is like, this sister so this is a lockdown. There's limited movement right now. It's on the social distancing that Africans having a hard time doing that one because that don't seem normal to us at all. That's like, wait a second, I can't touch my granny. You kidding? Okay, after you on that one. But and I still feel all of that love. My friend over here on the other side of town, Chijani, we got the family here. I got Quincy in the States still helping us, me and Goddess. Like I said, I know why Goddess moved 15 minutes. Like I hope I don't have to read. I hope I don't see it and go, oh no, I should have started. I should have lived 15 minutes away from the family because now I'm not. But it's okay. Once the lockdown's over, it's the house getting the job, just getting the Uber and you're good. And really, I'm going to be living where I need to be living to do the work and the business I have to do. And honey, let me say this. So many people already, it's like, I'm coming to your spot right here. I met a lot of people. We met a lot of people here. I think that's the other thing that I love about Ghana is people. It's easy to meet people. People just say hi and start talking to you. They're curious. They want to know. It's easy to meet people. That's another thing. It's not like the States. It's hard to meet people. If you do, you talk to them on the line and Target. And that's it. They ain't going to invite you to their house for dinner. Here, somebody might invite you to their house. Be like, oh, you are new to the neighborhood. I want to invite you to my house. Come see my family. Oh, my God. It's normal. And we've lived in such abnormality for so long. And I just don't want to do it anymore. That's right. That's right. Back to your root, Africa. Yes, the roots. Thank you. Thank you, Frank. Me da see. I think about the root. Did you ever see some of the yams in Ghana? I know I'm not the whole. Yeah, yeah, as big as this whole screen. See, now what kind of root would that yam have to come from in order to be that big? That's why I love Ghana. The root is strong, the root is big. It's like here they go again with these vaccinations on the Africans. They ain't killed us yet, not all of us, and we keep coming back because we're so strong. But we're strong for the reasons that they told us that they try to make us weak in the States. I know I'm hoping I'm doing better than the tourism board to come, but right now it's locked down. So you can't travel, but it's okay because we're preparing. So tomorrow's Thursday. Friday, we're gonna have my guest Quasi, who we finally get to meet. He is the one that got me here and got me and got us here. He's been God's friend for over 20 years, and he has a travel company, and we will be traveling in 2021 to, I think, we're going to make sure, Ghana for sure. I think Uganda and Ethiopia. Like, come on, how many of y'all been to Uganda? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that already is intriguing. And it's well planned and thought out, and it's going to be really beautiful. So we're going to talk today about the state of travel, what that might look like. Now, I'm not sure, but I feel like in the States they might have mandatory vaccination, which I know some of you are concerned about, and I'm okay, I hear you. And the little chip thing, that I hear you as well. But I would have to believe that if you were vaccinated and you wanted to get out the country, I would come to Africa. I believe it milk that damn chip out of you. Now, I ain't personally signing up for this kind of situation, but if you did, I would try to get out and come as they did with the Dagara people of Burkina Faso and pray it out of you, but praying in another way, laying it on hands, as we used to say back in the United States and in the South. Yeah, this is good, y'all. This is if this is not the least we're used to, I think it should be. I think this is what you should expect this from me. If I start going down, then I'm done. If I go down, I'm done, and I can't be done. Too much living. It's almost like you want to live more when you're in Africa. You like, oh no, they done took 52 years, but they're not gonna get 52 more of my life. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Thank you. Critical Thinking says, I have followed you since your days in California, and I've noticed such a major level of growth within you. How did you do it? Oh, what an amazing question, Critical Thinking. That's why you critical thinking, because you ask critical questions, and I love you for that. You know what? The growth. Thank you for results, because sometimes it's hard to notice the growth from yourself. You know, because you're yourself and you don't really, yeah, who you, that you talk to yourself. Yourself be patting you on your back. Myself be patting me on my back. Do yourself? I hope yourselves do it too. But I feel like it's my ability to make mistakes. That's what it is. The growth, my ability to be scared and do it anyway, my ability to be courageous in the places or things or doing things or thinking things or feeling things that other may not be. That's what it is. It's that feel the fear and do it anyway. That's me. I'm not afraid. I go a little further. I'm not afraid to be embarrassed. I'm not afraid to get it wrong. And I'm damn sure not afraid to do it in front of thousands of people. I will say, oh, that didn't work out on y'all. Let's do this together. Oh, we flop. I'm not even afraid to lose viewers or even clients or customers, because all of that has happened to me. Lost viewers, subscribers, clients, and customers. Sometimes there's some clients, customers don't talk to me to this day. I'm not afraid to have. I remember that retreat that was basically a disaster, because like I'm not afraid to fall. I'm not afraid to get back up again. I'm not afraid to speak my mind, whatever it feels. I'm not afraid to listen to spirit. And when I was, and it's funny because any fear that I thought, remember, I was working towards no fear. But when I got to Ghana, like fear, there's no over contemplating. See, I think over contemplating helped me to grow, or contemplating helped me to grow. And I think not to the point that I don't need to contemplate everything. I just feel. I think Africa is very much of a feeling place. Y'all got to be scared of doing it. Like a lot of y'all be like, ooh, take it. That's a chance. Ooh, I don't know if I could do it, but you could do that. You could, and you would love it. But you won't put yourself in a situation you want to be comfortable. And now you're in the States and you are not comfortable. I know right now this don't feel comfortable. So I feel like sometimes you got to talk to yourself. You got to talk to yourself and you got to say, self, you are not going to talk me out of moving forward. You got to say, fear, I know that you're there, but I'm going to keep going anyway. You got to take the chance. I mean, how many people told me during the DR that the people were dying, leave, don't go, run, but I went anyway. I remember people say, oh, Trinidad, you've been there so many times, why would you go again? But I went anyway. Colombia, aren't you tired? I went anyway. Sapelo Island kicked my butt. I went anyway. I listen to my ancestors. But how, and I want to ask another question. How do I stay in tune with my ancestors? Now, I'm going to say that for the States, that diet helped tremendously. Getting up early, being quiet, keeping negativity away, keeping the vibration of myself high, which means staying around high vibe people. And when people are not high vibe, cutting them off. That's another thing. That cutting off, like I said, me and my, yeah, our vibe. So even people you love, you kind of got to be like, ooh, they messing with my vibe, and let them go. That's a big one too. So it's a great question. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it so much, darling. My brother says, unfortunately, you haven't toured Ghana. When things come normal, start Ghana tour, and you may see that God has blessed. Yes, you are so right, brother. I said, Frank, I need to see. And Mache, by the way, Mache. I feel like y'all. If I'm feeling like this now, Frank is right. If I'm feeling like this now, I haven't been to Kumasi. I haven't been to the Cape Coast. I haven't been to Durham No Return. I ain't seen nothing yet. And that's why I'm so happy to have this apartment and pay for a year, so that once I keep my bags and my beautiful, comfortable home, and I can go out there and travel throughout Ghana and still got a place to come back to. I just love it. I'm gonna start stacking my dollars and my money so that I can build a compound, a community, a something, so that we all can live and live abundantly. So we got a lot of work to do, but the work starts with ourselves, and that's for sure. I really love y'all. I wouldn't sit in this much time. Like I will say, if you found this interesting, I'm gonna do some work today. I'm gonna go back. And I'm going to make sure I put information in the description box of all these videos on both channels. So if you feeling like you want to donate to the cause, that's going to keep me here. That's the thing too. Like a lot of y'all do, and I love that. I'm telling you this. I'm not pretending. I'm not just saying it. Some of y'all want to get to Ghana and you have no connections. Some of y'all waiting for that border to open so you can get out or whatever if you want to. I remember saying that the first week and y'all was pissed off at me. Ghana ain't better than the States. Why you got people in fear? So I'm gonna go back and say it in another way, because now it's weeks have passed for you. If you feel that you want to come, and stop thinking negative. Well, it's a one world, and they're gonna be in it too. Just see the world the way you want it to be. I got two bedrooms. You can, of course, for a fee, of course. You can pay when you go. I'll just make it good for you. I want to use that bedroom as a way for diasporans to come home and be able to, from there, and Goddess is doing the same. From there, get their own places and get acclimated. And, with all of us, we want to learn the language. I'm going to know this language, at least the tree, at least that part. And I want that for y'all. I really do. I really do. I think the hardest part of being in Ghana is not being with my daughter. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to travel to the U.S. again if I have to take that shot to get into the country. I want my daughter to come see me. That's the probably heartbreaking part, is that I live here, but I know the ancestors is going to help me with that. I know that. Hold on, y'all. I agree with you, Lisa. Thank you, Frank. Critical thinking says, I spent $1,800 on rent alone. Come on now, ridiculous. I'm ready to leave. Critical thinking, I love you so much. This is so sparking such amazing, beautiful conversation. And let me just say, I want to go back to what she said. Let's say that we didn't have the pandemic. Let's say that we didn't have a shutdown right now, at least in the major Tima, Kumasi, Accra, which I think they might extend it, but I don't know. Let's just talk about Africa. Let's just talk about Shira. Let's just go back to basics. I was paying you $1,800. I hear you. I was paying $1,100. By the time they put on the gas, I'm paying for water because I'm in a townhome and all this other stuff. $1,100. I'm paying $200. So it's not a lot to think about. The electricity that it was yesterday that Goddess put on her, because it's a prepaid, it's a system I'll tell you about more. She paid 50 Ghana CDs, 50 Ghana CDs, which is $10, and that could be for the whole month. Once she starts adding stuff and like air conditioning she wanted to, but she's not, maybe fans running, maybe it's 100 Ghana CDs. That's $200 for your electricity. I'm sorry, that's $20 maybe for your electricity. Most people are out during the day, so they're not even using that much. That's why I gave them some money, because I know they're putting this fan on for me. They're outside, the whole family. Nobody's in the house during the day. Food, I got let's say three onions or three for one Ghana CD. One Ghana CD is cents. I don't know. Now, the only thing people say is expensive is the internet, and that's probably good because hopefully they ain't got no damn 5G. I'd rather have it a little expensive than have on some 4G. Although I heard it's coming though. I hope they don't. I hope they're thinking smarter now. At the cost of living, and some people say Ghana is more of an expensive country than some other African countries. I can't feel that because that was it for me. Then I sell all my stuff, get all that rest of that money. And I don't see why yes, okay, people like to, okay, but the electricity might go off. Okay, get you a generator. Boom, solve the problem. What if the water pressure, the water don't flow? You can fetch water. You're going to like it. It's going to make you strong and happy. And them water baths like that feel incredible. And if you really got, ready to invest some money, you can get state-of-the-art everything. You could live large. So, critical thinking, you're absolutely right. Just for that alone, it's like, huh? Yeah, it's going to be good. I want to talk to my menopausal sisters because a lot of you mentioned this. How do I take the heat? I don't have menopause. I don't do the menopause went away. When I moved away, when I got divorced, when I moved separated from my ex, the menopause, I mean, it was like the hot flashes were gone. So I think a lot of it was stress. Another thing too, I think I was overly fasting. I think I was too die hard with all the just always fasting. And when I started actually adding a little cooked food, that basically when I started adding more minerals and nutrients, because I had taken out root vegetables off of my diet because I was raw. When I started getting the root vegetables back, which were the minerals is in the dirt, they went away. So I'm gonna say that I think it's a diet thing that that. But I believe you come here, it'll go away. So don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. But great question and thank you. Brown sugar. Hey Lisa, I'll be out of the Netherlands if I find out ways to make money in Ghana. Yes, okay, that's another question. Like that's great, Brown Sugar. I look forward to you being here. 1800s could be rent house more than one. Yes, could be rent house more than one. Yes, you could. For $1,800, you can rent for a whole year. For the whole year, for the 1 month, you can rent for a whole year. In some cases, you can rent for 2 years with that amount of money. Add a little more, you can buy a house, buy the land, and buy some house, make get your house built. We are wasting money, and a lot of us don't have the same amount because of this. I'm done. Like I let it all fall. It's true. I don't know what they're gonna do in the states with not how you gonna have people pay rent and they ain't no money, right? How you gonna pay all these bills? You ain't got no money. Burn Babylon, burn Babylon, burn. I'm f you and the credit score. I'm not even caring about. They got us so scared of our credit score going down that we sitting there trying to make ends meet with nothing. In Ghana, if you got the money, they ain't asking. That's why when you're in the place, they charge you a year, 2 years, 3 years. There's no credit score. They're not looking at your credit score. You want to buy a house with some cash, you can do that in the States too. Just that who has $300,000 laying around for a house or 500,000 or more. Here, whatever it costs, you got the money, you pay for the house. You ain't got to deal with no damn credit score. The whole thing that got us trapped. Like, my credit score is about to go down. Well, first of all, everybody's credit score about to go down with this pandemic. But I can't believe I was living for my credit score. I keep my credit score up. I gotta pay these bills and these credit cards. I'm just out. Like I'm out. So we got it going on, y'all. We got it going on. Y'all ready? Y'all open? So Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's talk about travel. Let's get excited. Let's plan for 2021 because there will be a 2021, and you're gonna be here. You're gonna be here, and that's all I just want you to know. Thank you so much, y'all. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I would love more comments, especially when they positive. I make my heart sing when they positive. When they negative, I'll just erase them. Okay, but I'll delete them. But if they're too negative, if they kind of not so negative, but you're asking a question, I'll keep them. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But if you liked it, really liked it, and you say, I need her positively, I need her to be in Africa, I need her to be in Ghana, and you want to help, just like everybody else, my funds is different. So if you want to donate to the Cash App, donate to my PayPal, please feel free to do so. Please feel free to do so. Yes, that's right, Frank. Yes, Ghana is a little bit expensive, but it's safer than 50 countries. And you know what? Frank got it. Frank is a jewel and me die, Steve, to Frank. And I say that because yes, at the same time, infrastructure more safer, kind of got us a little more forward in their thinking. That's why. But let me just say, Black Americans, this ain't that expensive for us. For us, we was killing ourselves over there. We could be living more abundantly. Probably put years on your life. So Frank is absolutely right. That's right, Frank. That's right. Yes. Wow, lately I've been so focused on my credit score. Oh, Spirit wanted me to see this thing. Oh, that goddamn credit score. That thing got us trapped. I need my credit score and my credit score. Because in the States, for those that are watching, we can't get an apartment without a decent credit score. It's kind of like some branding on you. You can't get a mortgage loan without decent credit score. Meaning, wait a second. The houses are overpriced. You gonna give your money, and they gotta see if you worthy of being able to pay. Everything we do need a credit score. So they got people crazy. That's how they keep you paying these damn bills and staying in this thing. But somebody told me this in the States a long time ago. But if you got the money, who cares about the credit score? If you have the money to pay for the house, if you have the money to get the apartment, who cares about the credit score? And then you come to Ghana and they go, credit score? You ain't got to care about no credit score. Do you have the 3 months or the 3 years or the 2 years or the 1 year? Because if you got that, you got the place. Build a house, you got the money, you can have a little money at a time. You bought the land, okay, you build it. See, it's a game. It's a game, and I ain't playing it. So if my credit score at this point plummets, oh well, what you gonna do? I ain't there no more. What you gonna do? So, yes, I mean, I'm sure they got ways and means, but I'm not too worried. It's a pandemic. If your credit score go down now, and they ask you what happened in 2020 rather, yeah, 2020, you can be like, the pandemic. That's why my stuff don't look good right now. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be real good. Thank you, darling. Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you to my 21 people on today. If you like I said, I don't know if I see my likes, but like, share, subscribe, and comment. And please, if you were moved, if you felt inspired, and if you would like to continue me coming here, giving y'all the good word, please let me know. My intensive, no intensive, it's intensive. Yes, I will see you at 12 noon. Let me see what the ladies is cooking up. Maybe we can get somebody to show us something. And I love y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next video. And listen, y'all, we got through without the kids. Oh my God. All right. I'll see y'all. Because this is what African culture. I'm in the house. They outside. There you go. I love you, ladies. I'll see you on the next video. I'm going to be working on putting descriptions in and information in all description boxes. I got a lot of videos to catch up on. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace and much blessings. Love y'all.